So, Xenoblade 3 releases in less than a week. It's time to finally talk about my single biggest problem with Xenoblade 2, which I can pinpoint to a specific section of the game. Minor spoilers are coming, but I'm talking mostly about world building and mechanics, not major story events. When you arrive in Uriah, you meet Vandham, who attacks you with a group of people, but it's okay, they're actually good guys. Anyway, your first adventure you go on with Vandham establishes some key world building about blades and cores. You fight and kill a big arachno that has a blade with it, and it drops a blade core, which will eventually give you Wulfric. Vandham explains that when a blade's driver dies, the blade returns to its core, and can later bond with a new driver.
The blade returned to its core.
So that monster was in resonance with the blade.
If a blade loses its driver, it winds up like this.
So, is it like dead?
Nah. The crystal will start glowing again after a bit of time. Then a new driver can resonate with it.
So that's pretty clear, right? You get blade cores by killing drivers. On your way to the main city in Uriah, you'll get into more fights, including against more drivers, who ambush you along the road on site, presumably because you're traveling with Pyra. The leader of this group is a unique enemy who not only can drop a blade core, but also has a tombstone after his defeat. So, Rex killed some people who attacked him, right? Once you reach Fonzamima, you get into another story-required fight with another driver, who thinks that a 3-on-1 will somehow go his way.
Shut your face! You don't know what the hell you're talking about!
You beat him, he falls over, and loot sprays from his body, including a blade core. So all the mechanics and world building point to Rex and his company having just killed a guy in the middle of a city, right? No. In the cutscene after the fight, the driver is perfectly fine.
Who are you?
Later you can find him down by the docks, salty that he probably could have won. More importantly, everything you've been told about how blades work may as well be a lie at this point. The story will later ask us to care about the blade life cycles, but how can we when new blades can be infinitely generated by getting beat up in non-lethal fights? I wouldn't mention this if it were just a small nitpick and a little inconsistency. The story makes a big deal about how blades and drivers work, and then the game mechanics directly contradict everything. There's many other complaints I could make about Xenoblade 2, like the bad tutorials, persistent bugs even after many patches, and the unforgiving and poorly implemented gacha system that probably had a hand in creating the problem this video is about in the first place. But this issue of unclear mortality really bugged me from my very first playthrough of the game, and it really undermines a lot of the story. Win in a fight and lose in a cutscene is one thing, but don't directly set up how to tell if someone is dead and then immediately contradict it. Anyway, I hope Xenoblade 3 doesn't have anything in it that seems quite that stupid to me. Thanks for watching. I didn't get into more details about why blade life cycles and stuff actually matter here, as that's actual late story spoilers. This is a bit different from my usual content because I wanted to say this now in case I have anything to say later about Xenoblade 3. If you want to see more gaming content from me instead of my usual reviews, follow my Twitch channel. I stream very inconsistently, but I do stream sometimes. But I play far more games than I actually make any reviews in this channel about.